Yeah, I'm so extra. Express myself, I'm next up. Yeah, what more do you say? Coming up. Yeah. Come up now. Can't stop me. You coming up.
Hey, hey, hey. Hello, everyone. Come on in here. Join us. It is time. It is time for Hop Series show, the first show for this year. Today is Tuesday, January 24th, 2023. Happy New Year, everyone. Come on in, invite and share. We got a lot to show you, a lot to talk about on tonight. I'm excited about what we're going to discuss. I'm excited about our guest on tonight. I am excited about having Morgan to share this with. This is going to be amazing, and I hope you are ready. Morgan, how you feeling? How's your day been? What's going on?
My day has been great. It's been busy. I am glad I'm here. And I don't know about you, but that theme song always has me do a little dance while we're
Do a little
playing.
dance. Yeah, it gets you excited. Like, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. I love it. I love it. How was your day?
My day, of course, was busy. Every day is busy. I just picked up an adjunct teaching position in addition to my full time. So there's like no minutes for anything. So I'm like fitting it in. But I like being busy and I love what I do. So it doesn't feel like work. It's just it flows, it goes. So I totally enjoy it.
There
So yes. So today, since this is the first show for this series, I thought it'd be fitting to talk about manifesting what you want, manifesting your vision for 2023. And I have a woman who is that I got connected to in March of 2022, and it feels like it's been 10 years, but it hasn't even been quite a year yet. And she has so impacted my life, and I wanted to share her a little bit with the rest of you. I want just a little bit. I'm a little selfish and I'm a little stingy, but I want to share her just a little bit with you. But I want to give you a little bit about her. Now you see her there, Dr. Veronica Wiggins. She is soon to be Dr. Veronica Johnson. As of February 11th, she's getting married. Yay! So, hey, cousin, my cousin Cheryl's here. So, I physically met Dr. V for the first time in December. We were having a retreat and she was hosting, but before that, we just video chat and we talked on the phone, and it was amazing. I have now become very close to her and the other ladies that's in the group with her. We call the Sister Squad. But I can't, the list of things that she has accomplished and what she has done goes on and on. But I will tell you this: she is the pastor and founder of Passionate Pursuit for Manifested Ministries, and she has her PhD, so that means she's very intelligent and she loves research. So that's one thing that I love about her. She loves research. So she will research anything and get down to the very core of it. So I have a couple things that I want to read too. So last year in 2022, Dr. V represented the state of Florida in the Dr. USA pageant. Now that was something, and we all played a part in her participating. And not only that, she won second runner up out of everyone that participated.
That's awesome.
So that was a great accomplishment for her. We were so proud of her. And she has hosted a number of retreats and a number of workshops and classes. Her passion is to help people and to see them win And you can tell by talking with her how she encourages you, how she supports you, uplifts you. She will not allow you to be down for no reason whatsoever. You're always going to see the gift in everything. So here's some of the retreats she's done: Pressure Personified, No More Self Sabotage, which I took that workshop and it is why I am today like I am. That was something. And she did Healing Daddy Daughter Wounds. I wasn't able to attend that one, but I heard some amazing stories. And then the last week in December, we had the Vision 2023 Strategy Retreat, which blew my socks off. Now, I've been to a number of retreats, but I can tell you this here exceeded my expectations. So I went in knowing something great was going to happen at this retreat, but I had no idea what was going to take place and what we were going to come out with. So I'm going to, Dr. V, we are so happy to have you on. We're so happy that you agreed to be our first guest for the show for this year. So, what do you first want to start off by saying to the people?
Well, first of all, I want to say to you all that I'm so honored that you chose me to be your first guest. I've learned, and I say this often, people don't have to be nice to you. People don't have to choose you, right? And so when people are nice to you, when they give you access to their platform, it is an incredible honor, and I take it as such. So thank you, April. Thank you, Morgan. Thank you, H.O.P, for inviting me to be a part of this first show. Now, y'all know the pressure is on. So, like, I already know that first guest, that's when the the pressure is on. But I'm
Yes, set
excited.
the stage, sis. Set the stage.
I'm excited because I just believe that you guys are going to do absolutely amazing and incredible things. And I'm honored to be here on this platform to share a little bit of what I do and who I am. And hopefully that will inspire someone, them to take their journey.
Awesome. Awesome. So, this is an interview, and what we wanted to discuss, getting people excited about their 2023 and what
Mhm.
they want to do and how they're going to manifest the things that they have envisioned, what they desire to do, and who better to do that than you. You are a go-getter, and you put people in the right places. You give them the right tools. So I know there are people, the audience and everyone that's going to be watching, they have things that they want to do in their lives, things they want to accomplish. So we're going to discuss that. You're in the hot seat tonight, so we're going to ask you some
Let's
questions.
go.
So let's go. So I want to ask you this. First, I want to ask you about your ministry. Okay.
Okay.
So, how did you obtain the name for the ministry that you are currently leader, pastor, founder of? How did that come about?
So I'm about purpose. I'm always about people manifesting their purpose, being in purpose, finding their purpose. And for me, I want people to passionately pursue their purpose. So you think of ministry, you think of churches, and you think of people passionately pursuing the mission of the church. But imagine a place where you can pursue your mission. You're encouraged to pursue your purpose, and that purpose aligns with the ministry. And so everyone wins. And I wanted it to be a place where everyone won. I didn't want it to be a place where, oh, the ministry's goals get met, but their personal goals don't get met. And so often I know I've been a part of ministries where my personal goals were always on the back burner. It was like, well, the ministry comes first, and you've got to do what the ministry needs. Forget about your stuff. But I wanted to create a space where the ministry's goal was to help everyone pursue their purpose. And in that way, we all move the kingdom of God forward. So that's where passionate pursuit of not just purpose, but manifested purpose. That purpose come to fruition, that purpose that you can see, that you can touch, that you can feel, that you can experience. So that's where the name came from.
Wow.
And I think that's really important because you said something about the church's agenda is always pushed. So then the people who have the gifts and skills and talents, they are kind of sat back down because it's not you, it's about the ministry. So for you to be so humble and for people to go forth and to do things, that's very important because we get in some places, some ministries, and we're just cut off and we're just there. But to know that someone is going to push you to pull out of you what it is that your gifts are and what you want to do, it's all to uplift. That's what this whole platform is for, to bring out and uplift people, to get them to see themselves and to push that, and not just one thing or another, everyone. So I was curious about that and how you came up or came about with that name. So Morgan, I don't know, do we want to go back and forth with the questions? Do you want me to ask a couple and you ask a couple? However you want to do it, because I told you already that I'm not doing this by myself. We're doing it together. So, I'm not going to sit there like a little church mouse, like, oh no, I'm not going to say anything.
Oh
No.
no, absolutely no. I was like, if at any point in time I feel like, there's some interjection, I will definitely do that. But we can go back and forth. Actually, because that was like one of my first questions is a nice piggyback. Hello to you guys, Stacy, Jacqueline, and Rashawn. So my first question is, how have you found the various areas you've made a mark in? Like shaped and molded specifically what you do now, whether that is in your ministry or even in your personal life?
So I'm a person that I believe in taking a holistic approach to everything that I do. I never am singular in my focus or my facet. Like I integrate things that I do into my life. So when I teach as a professor, I minister. When I minister, I teach. When I am doing business, I teach, I minister, and I make money. Listen, put it all together, right? So, with everything that I do, it's about integrating my identity and not that it is separate things. So, God has just given me this formula for a more holistic approach to life, which allows you to then to live a full life, a balanced life, not ignoring any of the parts of your life, but acknowledging that all of them are interconnected. So for me, that's the biggest thing, is learning that, because people will always tell you you need to choose one thing and focus on one thing, or you can only do one thing at a time. But we clearly are living our whole life, right? We have our families, we have our jobs, we have our passions, we may have businesses. If you're going to school or if you're an educator, you have that educational side. So why not deal with the whole person? So just like I deal with the whole person, my focus has been on my whole person, finding what that looks like for me, helping people to integrate their identity and to know that it's okay that you have different things that you like. Like, I'm a pastor, but baby, let me tell you something. I love music and I love to dance. Okay. Listen, I believe that if I believed in former life, I may have been a stripper in a former life. I want to take a pole dancing class. I want to learn the pole. That doesn't seem to go together. Pastor and pole dancing don't seem to go together. Pastor, prophet, pole dancer. I don't know. But I know that there are things that I want to do. And God has given me such a grace for helping people to understand that everything is not sin.
Absolutely. Listen, I love it. I love it. Well, listen, you are about to get married, okay? That's something that you can listen. Sounds like a bachelor party to me.
The class is loading. Don't think I'm playing. I'm not playing.
She is definitely not
I'm right
playing.
there with you. I just said that the other day to my girlfriend. So listen, I'm all for it. I'm all saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. But we'll definitely
on a roll for my husband.
There you go.
For my husband.
Exactly.
Say, don't let this church face fool you. I love to
Hello.
Well, me too. And I will pray and prophesy and preach the word right after I'm done. And it's
Okay.
gonna be good.
Absolutely. Listen, I was at a funeral on Friday, and I absolutely loved the message that the pastor made. The gentleman who passed was a DJ, and he was like, "Listen, God made music, okay? And don't let it fool you. Everybody's ministry looks different. So you can't stand over here and point fingers, this, that, and the third." He said the Bible was full of DJs. He said David was a DJ, and he literally did the 23rd Psalm and scratched through the whole thing. I loved it. I was like, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
God is in a lot of stuff. But I appreciate your answer 100%. I feel like that really even just spoke to me in having people, ask, like, you're doing a lot of different things. Do you even know what you're doing? And you're absolutely right. When you're being led by God and you just realize that the things that he's placing you in and the places he's placing you in and the people he's putting in your life, honestly, all end up tying into one thing. And you can honestly live out that purpose professionally as well as personally. So I love that answer. That was great.
Yes.
Yeah.
And actually, a wife's first ministry is her husband.
Yeah,
That's your
absolutely.
first ministry.
Absolutely.
So we will
Right.
be instituting the Johnson Pole ministry. First and third Sundays. No.
I think I'm gonna wait on that ministry till I get the husband. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. When I get the husband, I'm gonna sign
But
up.
you can get the skills before you get the man.
Oh, okay. I gotta get prepared.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And nowhere else, but get the skills. Okay,
Get the
they
skills.
transfer. They're transferable.
Exactly. Absolutely. Listen, you're gonna be all the way ready, April. All the way ready. Resume clean.
He's going to be like, okay, somebody's been preparing. Yes,
Yes.
baby, I've been preparing.
Yes.
You were talking about the holistic person, and there's so many points to us. Sometimes we just focus on the one, and we have to understand that in order for us to manifest our vision, it's going to require us to tap into those many areas of our lives to bring it all together as one. We sometimes just focus on one thing as opposed to another, and that's not how it's supposed to be. We're just not clear one cookie cutter thing. We are many, like the Bible says, we have many members. We have many things going on in us. And so, I want to ask you, why is it so important for someone to have a vision at first? Why should we have a vision?
Because if you don't have a vision, where are you going? You just are tossed to and fro by the wind. And if you don't have your own vision, you'll accept the vision of anyone. See, I'm a firm believer that as women, we need to have a vision for our lives, because if not, whatever man we connect to, we're just going to take their vision and try to produce their vision, but our vision will never get manifested because we don't have one. And if you don't have a vision, you're not necessarily looking for a man with a vision. I need a man with a vision. What is it that you does your vision align with my vision? Can we put our visions together to create something that brings glory to God, that manifests the kingdom of God in the earth realm? I'm very kingdom driven, and I'm very purpose and mission driven. In fact, I didn't just want a husband. I've had 5 husbands, one of them 2 times, but I've had 5.
I hear you. I
wanted a purpose partner and a mission mate.
Yes.
That's the thing I never had. I was married 5 times and I never had a purpose partner or a mission mate. Do you know why? I didn't understand that's what marriage is about. I thought marriage was about 2 people fall in love and they get together and they make babies.
Say it again. Say it
But
again.
when you understand that marriage is created in order for the kingdom of God to be made manifest in the earth, right? Then it's not just about what I like. Because listen, I have what I like. I like tall and chocolate and thick. That's what I like. But more than tall and chocolate and thick, I like and need purpose. So if purpose comes in a package that's not tall and chocolate and thick, I want the purpose. over
Mhm.
Right.
external things. He ain't gonna be ugly. Now, don't get it twisted. Now, he gonna
Right.
look good, but it's not. I just think that we focus so much on the exterior that we miss the interior, and that's because we don't have a vision for our life. Our vision is to get married. Not
Mm.
everyone, not every woman, but a lot of women. They want a husband. I can tell you how to get a husband, how to keep them, and how to get rid of them. Even 5 times, don't think I couldn't keep them. I let them go. I serve termination,
Right.
baby. Yeah, at Dr. V, it's a right to work state.
Mhm.
I have the right to tell you no, your work is no longer.
Your work is no longer needed. Thank you. Here's your pink slip, and you will receive your
Listen,
last.
you need to come back for another segment, okay? Because that was whole and full right there, okay?
Listen,
By a
listen.
whole lot.
And I say that, and that really was my perspective. So when I began to think about marriage, and God began to minister to me about marriage in terms of purpose and mission and vision, my perspective had to change.
Mhm.
How do I fire you to fire you from a position that I didn't give you? How do I do that? And the beautiful thing is that when you take your journey, right? And listen, this doesn't matter. This is not just for heterosexual couples. This is for homosexual couples too. Listen, when I look at my friends, and I have a very diverse group of friends, right? So we have a lot of different types of marriages. And listen, there'll be some people that'll be upset with me about this, but I'm going to say it. I remember being in a ministry and they didn't believe in same-sex marriages. Well, I believe that when God puts two people together, he puts two people together. I know that, people will say, well, you can only be Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. I don't preach that. What I preach is that you take the path that God has ordained for your life. If there's anything that needs to be changed, God is big enough to change anything he wants to. But I am a firm believer that when it comes to relationships, whether it is same gender loving or it is heterosexual, listen, some of the same issues arise, And so you've got to understand, who is your purpose partner? Who is your mission mate? Their gender is not about their gender. It's about, can they align with your purpose? Do they have vision? Everybody needs to assess that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I agree. 100%. 100%. So, Morgan?
Let's see.
Girl, I know you got some good stuff you want to ask. Ask
Look,
away.
we go inside it. Can you tell us actually, because this is something that I'm very intrigued about. Can you tell us a little bit about your retreats and the importance and impact afterwards that they have?
So my retreats are built around my healing journey, right? So I began a healing journey about 2 years ago. I made a decision to leave my husband, who was fifth third like the bank without the money. So I'm waiting.
Your analogies, I'm sorry.
I was waiting for the laugh, Morgan.
I've already heard this and laughed a lot, so I was waiting for you to get it. Hey, Swag.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So, and I'm not, listen, I'm not saying he was a bad man. He wasn't, right?
Right.
He was a good man for someone. It just was our paths diverged, right? And we don't want to admit that our paths can diverge, but they can. And so when I left, I knew, listen, you've done this 5 times, and the end result was the end. Period. So you've got to do something different, and you're going to have to start with you. Well, as I began my healing process, I discovered I had some daddy wounds that went back to childhood. My daddy, who raised me, always found something wrong with me. Like, it was very critical, right? And I married a man who was often very critical, who didn't say, I love you as much as I would like, or compliment me as much as, but always told everybody else how amazing his wife was, how, she's great. You need to meet my wife. She's doing this, she's doing that. But I didn't get that stuff. right? And I craved it. My love languages are words of affirmation, physical touch, and quality time. And acts of service has gone up, and I don't know how, because I don't like doing stuff. So it's gone up now. So but that journey triggered me, and I had to look at my life, and I had to go back to my childhood, and I had to deal with my genealogy and my DNA and my experiences, and I had to heal those wounds. Well, the result of that was the Healing Daddy Wounds retreat, because what I discovered was my father, who raised me, in August of 2021, I went to get him and moved him to Tampa with me and my kids. He got sick. He died the end of September. It gave us a chance to talk about a lot of stuff. It gave me a chance to love on him to love on me, for him to say things to me that he really needed to say. Like he felt like he needed to say these things and let me know how proud he was of me. I knew without a doubt he was proud of me, that he loved me, all of that. So we were able to work through those things. But in December of 21, I did ancestry DNA and discovered that he was not my biological father. So January of 22, I discovered that the man that raised me, that I just moved to my house, that had just transitioned and I was grieving, was not my biological father, and yet he was my daddy. So that's a whole nother wound, right? Met my biological father, actually moved and lived with him, my stepmom, my sister, my niece, and found so many answers, holes, that I didn't know why they were empty, were filled, because this man whose DNA I had but wasn't in my life, even though I didn't know that was why it was. And on top of that, I realized that I'd made a vow as a 12-year-old teenager about what I would be like in relationships. So I said, because I found out that my grandfather, who was like, I loved him, I was a daddy's girl. He was my daddy for all practical intents and purposes, because my grandparents raised me. I found out he was cheating on my grandmother, and everybody seemed to know, and nobody felt like it was a problem. And so I said, I will never allow a man to do that to me. I will never allow myself to depend on a man so much that I can't leave and still be intact. I will never allow myself to make myself that vulnerable. And I kept that vow throughout my life. And I realized, though I've been married 5 times, none of my husbands ever really knew the deep inner parts of me, because I never let them that close. The one person who probably got the closest was the one I never married. Imagine that. So I had to first break that vow and then take the journey. So that's how Healing Daddy Wounds was birthed. When we did the vision retreat, I'm big on vision, right? And I've just gone through this whole thing where because I understand that what we focus on grows. What we focus on produces and manifests. So if we focus on what we don't want, that's what's going to manifest. If we focus on what we do want, that's what's going to manifest. If we focus on the positive, we're going to see more positive. If we focus on the negative, we're going to see more negative. And so I had done it was a I Am a Survivor women's workshop. And we were doing vision boards. I've been doing vision boards and helping people create vision boards and strategies. But something happened. I did this process called no more sabotage, right? So I did it first, right? And all of a sudden I realized what was at the root of me not maximizing my potential, not being the best me that I could be. Began to kill my saboteurs. Just kill them dead, right?
Right.
What it did was it opened me up in some ways that allowed me to access parts of me. I had access power I didn't know I had, or I knew I had, but I didn't know how to get to it, right? So when we did that workshop, we did a vision board. Now, normally I do a digital vision board, but I did a paper one, because normally I'd be like, I can't find what I want. I can't find the pictures. I can't find this. But this time I did. We created a vision board, and on this vision board, now remember, I removed my saboteurs, or those self-sabotaging behaviors, those things that worked for me as a child for survival, but were killing me as an adult and not allowing me to thrive, right? I did the vision board, and on this vision board, literally, I kept seeing December. There was something about December, and I found December coming soon, and happily ever after, and um, trust again. Now I can trust, and all of this stuff. Listen, I'm telling you, I began to map out my wedding, proposal rumors. Like all of this stuff is on the board. Baby, let me tell you something. I did that in September. I taught the class in October. I did that workshop October 6th. Okay. In November, I was introduced to this man who I had met a year before in December at one of my girlfriend's surprise birthday party. It was her cousin. Come back November, she's like, I want you to meet my cousin. Da, 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 da. He remembered me. He said, yeah, I remember you. You were with that big dude. And I was with somebody else. Like, I thought he was my husband. I was like, this and he was what? All chocolate and thick, okay? But he was not the one.
Right.
So this is why I tell you can't get caught up in exterior. So did that. November, we start talking. It's very natural. I'm still dating other people, but it's very natural and it's growing. I like talking to him. Like, we're very authentic. We're very real. We're very transparent. You see, I'm a little crazy. I'm going to say everything, and anything. So, and he's like that too. So we just having some great conversations.
Right.
Girl, I kid you not. December 12th, this man proposed to me on my Facebook Live as I was doing my morning daily prophetic drive-by. Literally says, and this was the title of the drive-by, God will give you what you want. He proposes. He said, you are the one I want. What? I literally saw the vision board that I created manifest because now I killed the saboteurs. See, we can say all this positive stuff we want, but if there's this undercurrent of negative stuff that just keeps going and going and going, it negates it. In fact, research shows, because I studied communication and psychology, research shows for every single negative thought, every one negative thought, you have to replace it with 3 positives just to counteract it. 3. So if you move the negative thoughts, then those 3 positive thoughts, baby, you know what it does? It breaks down walls. So I wanted people to be able to create the vision that they want for their life and understand how to remove those saboteurs, how to recognize saboteurs, how to recognize what's at the root of it, how to understand their identity, to understand that we got God DNA, right? Our DNA is greatness. We are God's with a lowercase d. I'm big on that, baby. Listen, don't play with me. It's just my big brother. You my brother. Like, I need you to understand. And that's my belief. But I'm big on allowing people to believe what they believe. But God is beginning to connect dots for me. So we were talking about some stuff that church people might be uncomfortable with, but that God showed me how it all connected. And literally, we began to create the vision for our lives. And when people deal with those saboteurs and kill those saboteurs, get rid of the self-sabotaging behavior, then your vision can go forward. So
now I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead, April. No. Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask, you're talking about the vision board, and there may be some people that want to do that or create one, and they may not know where to get started. So give them the basics on how to get started, because there's a number of ways to do it, and there's no specific, this is how you need to do it. So will you share with the viewers how they can create their own personal vision board?
Take my class. No, I'm just playing.
Look, I'm over here like, so
I know that was coming out.
Information is somewhere.
And you can take my class, but this is for free. Okay, this is for free. I believe whatever you believe, right? Whatever you believe, you've got to be able to connect to the creator for purpose. See, when we were created on purpose for purpose. right? And when you can get those instructions, you're not fighting against your created and intended purpose, trying to do something. So many times people create vision boards, but they don't consult the creator about their purpose and the vision for their life at that particular time. So I'm big on consulting, getting clarity and then creating the vision board. And you can do paper or digital. But I asked some specific questions, right? So for 2023, when we did our vision board at the Vision Strategy Retreat, this is what I told them. I said, listen, after we went through some exercises to move stuff out of the way, to get clarity and all that, I said, look, I said, you need to seek God for what your purpose is and what the vision he has for you for 23. Ask the question and then let him guide you. And there were things that people kept going back to. It's like, I don't know why I keep coming back to this vehicle. I keep seeing this vehicle. Maybe, just maybe, that vehicle is supposed to be on your board, right? So really understanding that. I created based on multiple aspects of my life, right? Because I'm a whole being, right? So if you look at my vision board, one half of my vision board is about my husband, honey, because he was coming. Like, you need to show up, sir. One half of it was about, my husband, the proposal, what I wanted. There were things I'd never gotten a romantic proposal, a proposal that stood out. It was about the ring. I'd never gotten a ring that I didn't help pay for and pick out, right? So these were things that were important to me. But beyond that, I knew what I wanted to feel like. Your vision board has to create a feeling when you look at it. So when I look at my vision board, I can feel that. I can feel the love. I can feel the excitement, the big wedding. I can see all that. I can feel it. Like, ooh, this is gonna be good. Coming soon, December, coming soon. I'm like, ooh, something gonna happen in December. Something gonna happen, right? And it did. 12/12, he proposed. 12/24, I got the ring, right? And when I tried to tell him what kind of ring I wanted, I didn't ask you that. I didn't ask you about that. I said, ooh, okay. But what he did, baby, he done it. He done more than I would. I wouldn't have picked this. I would have tried to pick something that wouldn't have broken the bank, that would have been economical. You've got to really tap into what the creator's vision is for your life. But you know what? I can tell you this. It's for you to prosper. It's to give you a hope and a future and to bring you to an expected end. It's to take all the hell that you've gone through and turn around and make it work for your good. It's for greatness. It's for prosperity. That's what it's for. It's for purpose. It's to impact lives and change lives. So I know that. The book says it. And guess what else I know? His word won't return to him void, but it's going to accomplish everything that it's sent for to accomplish. I know that. So now when I create the board is just an external expression of what I know that God desires for me, which is his best. So settling is not his best.
Right. I can say, for being at the retreat and you putting it to us that way about just not putting random things on the board, because I'm a visual person, so I could have the digital one, but I prefer having something that I can physically touch and look at. And I remember just sitting there and meditating, okay, what is it that I want? What is it that I want to manifest in 2023? And so I sat with the magazines and with the board. And as I flip, it wasn't just about looking at stuff like, oh, this is good, I'm going to cut this out, I'm going to paste it on. Because there were a lot of things that I said, yeah, no, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that. But everything that I put on my vision board and look, it really resonated with me, and it really made it to where I wanted to. I knew this is what I wanted in my life. This is what I want. I have the picture of the successful couple, because I want to get married. I'm going to get married. I'm getting married this year. I don't know where he is yet, but he's coming this year. So I had that. I had businesses and multiple streams of income and pictures of me helping people and leaving a legacy for my family. That was important to me, and that's what I was drawn to. So for those that are listening, you can get anything you want, a poster board, a piece of paper. I wouldn't go with a piece of paper. I'd go with something big, because you don't want a small vision, you want a big vision. So you want multiple things on there, but that key piece is just going into prayer or meditation, whatever you do, and
Right.
whatever you're drawn to, whatever you are feeling, whatever is sticking out to you, that's what you need to focus on, because there's something around that. There's something around it. Definitely.
And I'm glad you said that, because it is a feeling. I
Mhm.
told you, you got to feel it. If you feel it, then you're more likely to produce it. So I had a situation where a friend of mine, I was at her house, and her granddaughter gave me ring pop. It was a big green ring pop, right? And I said, "Oh, I'm finna go live." I said yes to the ring, right? So I said, and I said, "I'm going live at such and such time." Oh, everybody was ready. Everybody trying to see this ring. What's going on with the ring? So literally, I go on live and I say, "You all, oh my God, I can't believe this has happened. I can't believe it. Oh my God, you guys, wait till you see this. Oh my God, I am so excited. This blew me away." Like all of the feelings that you would have with getting an actual ring, I was going through those feelings, right? And then at the end, I showed them the ring pop. They were like, "We are sick of you. We are sick of you. We thought you really had gotten engaged." And then I told them this. I said, "Listen, what you got to understand is sometimes you got to practice for what you want. You got to practice it, practice the feeling, how you're going to respond, really feel it," right? That was I want to say it was in October. In December, I got the ring. I got the proposal, and then 12/24, I got the ring. Listen, you got to practice for it. That's why the feeling is so important. So you got to have a vision. Seek the creator for the vision. Seek the creator for the vision, right? Then you got to write the vision and make it plain, or create it in pictorial images and focus on it. Learn how to meditate on it. Learn how to feel the feelings that come when you look at it. Like I know what I wanted my relationship to look like. And so I put it on the board. Like, they were all in love. They had a nice big wedding. It was beautiful. They looked good. It was fancy. They had a big cake, because I like to eat. Food was important. They had a big cake, they had a big family. The family was all together. Those trust was on there. Things that I need. I need trust. I need fun. I need laughter. I need all of those things. And that's literally what came into my life. We laugh all the time. He says, every day, I want to see you smile. I want to make you smile. I want to see your nose crinkle up. I said, my nose is not crinkling, because you're going to have me with some permanent crinkle marks in my nose. and, and it'll crinkle up. He says, I know when I'm doing right. I know when I'm doing a good job, because your nose crinkles. Whatever. I'm not crinkling my nose, man. That's part of manifesting your vision and giving yourself time to focus on it. Put it on a wall that you're going to see. Spend time looking at it before you go to bed, just breathing and meditating on it and envisioning yourself and feeling it. You got to feel it. It is the feeling that manifests the vision, not the image. Oh, that was good.
That was good. That was good. Listen, I'm over here just so excited. I can't wait to, even share this on so many other platforms, because I have spoken to a lot of people recently who want to try to separate, manifesting and the church. When if we can split hairs all we want to, but we know manifestation is in the Bible. We know exactly what we're talking about here. And it talks about speaking things into existence. So if that's not manifestation, I don't know what is. Absolutely. So at this point in time, I love this. And this is a message to share that I feel like can go across a lot of lines here. So I thank you so much for this. You are just, I knew I was excited. Listen, April and I were texting early this morning, and last night we were trying to just touch bases with questions and stuff. And so I was like, well, can you give me like a little background on, our guest? And the little blurb that she sent me, I was like, you said a lot in this little paragraph that just made me so excited. I'm like, listen, I need that. Just invite me to one of the powwows one time, okay? I need to meet you in person, because you are just, oh my goodness, you
Thank
You're
you.
amazing. Absolutely, you're a powerhouse. You bring so much to the table. And I feel like we've got so much to be able to learn from you. I definitely want to make sure that we put out your information as far as your classes and stuff like that is concerned. I know I surely want to take at least 1 to 2 of those. Especially because we have a lot in common. So I cannot wait,
Can't
wait
either.
to
I
be
can't.
able to meet you.
Listen, and I'm going to say this. You have a lot in you. April has a lot in her. My thing is, I want everyone to know that you've got a lot in you that the world is waiting to show up. Like I tell people, like, what if the times that I tried to kill myself, I was successful? What if I had been successful when I tried to kill myself in 94 or when I tried to kill myself in 2000, right? Like what if I'd been successful? How many lives would not have been touched? Like, you've got
Yeah.
to understand that you have purpose on this earth. And the greatest tragedy is not that you tried something and it failed. It's that you never tried anything. You never took
Right.
a chance on you. You never believed in you. People will say this about me. One thing about me, people can count on for sure. I don't care what happens in my life. I will always bounce back. I will always get up. Always. I don't care. I can walk away from everything. And I did. I walked away from everything. I left the furniture. I left everything. And I just started over from scratch. And I came back and I came back better.
I'm that kind of person too.
Yes. I'm
I
telling
just
you.
leave it all. You can replace that, but you can't
Absolutely.
replace you in that piece. You got to get that piece.
That's right. And if you know how important you are, you will stop allowing people to use you as their dumping bag and make you feel bad about having a vision that sometimes doesn't
Mm.
include them.
That's powerful right there. Because what I found is recently that where we go, or specifically for me, where I'm going in my life, especially now, and it's like taking off so fast, everybody cannot be connected to me. And there's people that I wanted to take with me thinking that they were my forever. Like y'all gonna be with me forever. We gonna ride this out. And
Mhm.
then before the blow up of things happening, great things happening, they were just falling off one by one. And before I knew it, I'm standing here like, where is everybody? What happened? But everybody's not equipped, and we have to recognize that. I have great vision. I know for me, and Morgan, I know you do too, and Dr. V, yes. But I know for me personally, I have great vision for my life and what I want, and I focus on that and meditate on that and think about that every day, all day long. And I took personally took the No More Sabotage classes, and when I tell you that was a game changer for
Yeah.
me, because I found out some things about myself that I wasn't even surprised when I found out what my saboteurs were. I wasn't surprised at all because I knew I had been doing that, but I didn't know how to get out of it. And so
Yeah.
to be able to take that, to know here's what you do to get out of it, because I was a people pleaser. Um, because I wanted everybody to like me. So I would sacrifice what I wanted and my vision to please people. That was
Yeah.
one. I was a hyper achiever. I felt like my
Mhm.
worth was in my accomplishments. So I
Yes.
got the degrees, I got the awards, I got the appointments, I got this and I got that, thinking, oh my, everybody's going to like me now. I love that I have that and I've accomplished that, but that's not who I am. People
Yeah.
now, especially those that I went to school with, that I grew up with, who knew the shy April that really didn't say anything, this April that has come out all big and bold, they're like, oh my. And it's not in a bad way, but this is who I am. But I never was confident enough in myself to just bring that out. So when I took the classes to recognize what my
Mhm.
saboteurs were, and now I kill them, and I really don't have any issues with my saboteurs. Maybe the judge, the hardest one is the judge.
Yeah.
I recognize it. So then my vision, because if I allow those saboteurs, and this is for anybody watching, if you allow those things that sabotage you to keep you clouded, your vision will not come to pass. It will always be clouded. It will always be stopped up. So you have to find the way to get that clog out. I always think about a water spout in a sink. If there is trash or whatever in there, you got to take the stopper out. You got to clean it out for the water to flow. And so those saboteurs is what does that. That's what keeps it from flowing. So I tell anybody, and I'm trying to get my family members, and your family, they're a little iffy with that, but I'm
Right.
trying to get them to take the no more sabotage classes so they can too get on the other side of manifesting their vision.
Yes.
But also realize too that God knows the person that you are. And so sometimes as we turn around and we're looking and we're like, hey, where is everybody? He has removed them for you. You know what I mean? Because the kind of, like you said, some of those sabotagers, like it is that because you want to be accepted by everybody else, because you're thinking about what other people think about you, that now you can't be that person who severs relationships, or because you have and are dealing with abandonment issues, that it is definitely hard for you to sever anything because you don't want to be left with nothing, and you are holding on to whatever someone deems worthy for you to receive, not even what you actually deserve at the end of the day. So this is good. I'm super excited, you guys, about what is going to be going on with the show moving forward. I thank you so much, Dr. V, for coming and sharing all that you have shared. You are just, I'm floored. I'm sorry, I'm speechless. April, go ahead and take over. This was great. Like I said, set the stage. You really have set the stage.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
you show, and like I have no doubt.
Yeah, you got some. We have work to do. So we have to make sure that we stay on this level and go up a little bit because we started off at the top. So yeah. So I just want to take some time to give some shout outs to some of our guests that are on here, some of our viewers. Hello, Takia. Takia says peace, loves, amen. Who else? We have Corey on here. Hi, Corey. She said your class will certainly bless anyone who takes it. Then we have Stacy. Hi, Stacy. The daughter daddy healing wounds retreat was really amazing and transformational. And there was someone else. I said hey to Smack, but hey, Smack wants to know when is the next retreat. She's trying to get on the next retreat.
Well,
exactly.
Before the retreat, listen, this is what I tell people. Before you do a retreat, do the No More Sabotage class. It's virtual, it's 2 parts, and check this out. It's only $140 for the 2 parts of it. Like only $140 until the end of February, March, it goes up, but it's only $140. And if you do the VIP version where you get 2 1-hour sessions with me, it's $190, and you can use Afterpay. So it means that you can pay for it in 4 payments over 8 weeks, right? So $190, that's less than $50 every 2 weeks to pay for it. You want to do that. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when you get to the root of things and you can remove those things out of the way, then everything else that you add has greater power. And that's what you want. You want to be able to bust through stuff, but first you got to dig that stuff up that keeps pulling you down. So January the 31st and February the 2nd is my next combo. Part 1 on January the 31st and part 2 on February the 2nd. You can register for it separately or combined. Listen, but you want to register for it. It's going to be amazing.
Absolutely. Hello, Raphael. I did miss you. I wanted to say hello because you were like one of the last ones, one of the first way back. But I will tell you from taking the courses that some people may say, oh my goodness, it's not free. No, it's not free. But number one, the content that you get, the assistance that you get, what you learn is well worth more than the cost of the class. No lie, 100% worth more than the cost of the class. Because you come out, after every class, I would just sit and just in shock, like, oh my God, what did I just experience? And I have pages of notes that I've written, and I go back over them, and it's like, yes, 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 I apply it, and here I am today. So definitely do that. Go follow Dr. V, because we call her Dr. V, as does everybody else. Follow her on social media. She is on Facebook. Veronica Joe Wiggins is one page. Dr. V is another. Is it Dr. V? Is it
Veronica,
Dr.
Dr. V. Wiggins.
There you go. On the other one, because I always stay on one page.
I
I
know.
just, you like at my top. Click,
I got
click.
too many friends, girl. I got too many. Don't go on
So
Facebook.
go follow her. Go follow her. She does what a prophetic drive by every day about 7:30 a.m. starting Eastern time. And she go right now. We're doing 21 days of fasting. 21 forward. I always mess this up. Tell me that it's
Forward
21 days forward focus. Yes.
Forward Focus 21, 21 days to set, focus, and propel you into destiny. And it's based on my devotional by that name. So, yeah.
Yes. So it's amazing. We She discusses the what's for that day, the focus for the day, and just encourages us. It is amazing. It definitely amazing. So go follow her. I also want you to go and follow Morgan on Facebook, Morgan B. Harvey, and of course follow me, April Green Anderson. We put content on there all the time on our pages. Go to the hot page.
Yes.
You have YouTube, there's Facebook. Go follow those, because there's going to be great things that's coming up for that. So I want to close this out, Dr. V, with the final question, and then we're going to talk about what's to come for next week. So here's the final question I think would be good to end it with. What are three keys you think are essential to being the best you?
Understanding why you have not been the best you, identifying what the best you looks like, and 3, figuring out how to close that gap. So, understanding why you haven't been the best you, figuring out what the best you looks like, and then discovering how to close the gap.
Wow. That's powerful. That is definitely powerful.
That's definitely it. That's definitely it. Thank you, Danae Bars, for those words of encouragement as well. She said, "Come on, y'all." She's like, "You're preaching tonight." Yeah, we definitely have had some church in here.
Yeah, it has been very inspiring and very uplifting.
Yes.
So, Morgan, you have any final words before I close it out about what we are doing for next week?
Nope. That's all you.
You know what? Y'all see her? You see what she's doing to me? She's like, nope, you got it. Okay, we're gonna have a chat after the show is over. Me and you chat, and it's not gonna be over the phone. It's gonna be video, because I want you to see me. I want you
want to see
see
the
me.
whites of my eyes.
Oh yeah, I want to see the whites of your eyes. Yes, but we're gonna do it together. But listen,
Yes.
Next week, January 31st. Is that January 31st? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. At 7 p.m., we will be back here again. And drum roll, we're going to talk about shaping future generations.
Yes.
So we have I'm not going to tell you who the guest is, but they are a business owner as well. And they're going to come in and talk about shaping future generations. And we're going to move from there. Morgan and I, we work so well together, as you can tell. It's like, and I have not even met this woman. We have not laid eyes on each other in face to face. And it's like we've known each other forever. But we have some amazing things to come for you guys. We are working hard to make sure it is exciting. There's a lot of energy. There's great information. We have awesome guests. So you will be inspired. So you will be uplifted. So you will be so pushed to go out and be the best version of yourself, and to manifest your vision. and just reach out to us if you have something that you would want us to discuss. Hey, hit us up in our inbox, email us, um, on in House of Peach. Do all those things. Go into the pages for House of Peach. Everything that you need to get in contact with all of us is there. Everything.
Yes.
And we would love the input from the viewers. This is just not Morgan and April's show. We want to make it for everyone. So just to make sure you reach out. So we are so grateful. There it is, series info at
Yeah.
houseofpeach.org. So send us an email. We check that. We're waiting for the emails to come in so we can have that. So if you tell us what you want to see and have, then that kind of makes our load a little bit lighter, makes it a little bit easier for us to plan it out.
Absolutely.
But Dr.
And if you would like to be on this as well, definitely send an email to that as well. This way we can be able to get back to you, go
Right.
through, a short interview process. And then, like we would love to have you on the show.
Absolutely.
Look, what you see is what you get. And as April said, we have not met each other. And, I absolutely love the camaraderie here. I love, the conversations, here and behind the scenes, with April. This is, 100% a privilege to be able to do. And this isn't something that we take lightly. This is something that we take seriously, although we have fun. But this really does have a potential to be something that's really huge for a lot of people. And once again, thank you, Dr. V, for coming here and setting the stage and really, empowering us and, getting us in line and in tune with, really having to do that serious work so that we can be intentional and purposeful for this year. So thank you.
Absolutely. I concur. Ditto to all of that. I appreciate you gracing us with your presence on today and sharing with us and inspiring us and encouraging and uplifting the viewers. There are great things to come, and I'm not going to go into all of what I do. I'm going to leave that all alone. Enter into that realm of the prophetic. I don't want to do that right now. We just go keep it there. But thank you so much for giving your time and your knowledge and everything that you have. I appreciate it, and I love you dearly. So next week, same time, I'm going to be like same bat time, same bat channel. All of these platforms, come back on and join Morgan and I for our next guest talking about shaping future generations. You don't want to miss this. We're doing it. Hot series in effect 2023. All right. Well, we love you guys, and be back on next week.
Have a good one.
Yeah, I'm so extra. Express myself, I'm next up. Yeah, what more do you say? Coming up. Yeah.